I'm Brian Holcomb with VeloNews.com here at the start of Stage 1 of the USA Pro Cycling Challenge with Ron Kiefel. Thanks for joining us, Ron. This year's race is interesting. We have the entire Tour de France podium from July here in Colorado. Ron, you've raced historically in Colorado in the Coors Classic. What does it mean to this race to bring the entire Tour de France podium into our state?
Well, it's really cool to have Cadel Evans and the Schleck brother. It's an exciting battle. It reminds me of the day when we had Le Mans and Hinault here. The top two of the podium for the Coors Classic. This course this week is just some killer climbing, great for the Schleck brothers, for Cadel. So it's an opportunity for a great rematch. And the American guys, they're going to be right up there too with Christian and especially Tommy D.
Absolutely, and we talked to the guys from the podium in July, talking to them about what exactly it means for them to be in here in Colorado post-tour and unwinding on the roads.
From the team's point of view, and being an American team but a Swiss sponsor, but it's good in that regard. But I come back here because I like to see a race like this go ahead. I was at the inaugural Tour of California. I'm here at the inaugural Pro Challenge, US Pro Challenge, and my first international race was here in Vail, Colorado in 1994. So it's sort of, for me, it's a little bit of not a homecoming, but come back to sort of familiar surrounds and different environment.
I like to race over here because it's really different than in Europe. People have a lot more. The crowd is a lot more respectful to us, which is sometimes in Europe I miss a little bit the lack of respect. And then the race is organized it's really good organized. We have good hotels and it's everything together.
Well, first of all, it's a beautiful race. It's a big race for America, and since there's a lot of climbing, I think we could have a good card to play. Of course, we know that it's not gonna be easy for us, especially with this altitude. But hey, I really appreciate the US. I really appreciate the States, and we have a lot of fans over here. We also want to come here to give our fans something back.
To be able to get those three here in the U.S. and then to come back to the home of the U.S. Olympic Committee and compete on today's course was a great feat, and we're really happy to have them all here.
How did it happen? How does that come together?
Well, the Schlecks were on their own, and we, fortunately for us, we were at the Tour de France on the final weekend, and we were with Team BNC, and with our relationship with Jim and Hans and Andy Reese, it just made a lot of sense to bring that yellow jersey here to the U.S. Pro Cycling Challenge.
We are totally psyched. We skipped work today to come up here and see them and the other marquee names, right? And it's a blast coming up here, knowing you're riding the same route as them, right? We're hammering it up the hill. The fans are giving us the same cheers, and we're going to be here and watch them roll through here in just a couple minutes. It's fantastic.
We're not here to do a rematch. Our rematch will be next year in the Tour de France, and so it has nothing to do with the rematch. Of course, I think it's really cool to have these HP riders here with a lot of horsepower, the first three from the podium, and it's normal that that people and media talk about a rematch, but it's not a rematch for us. Our rematch is going to be next year.
I believe it's built up, of course, in the media, and like I said, I like to beat Cadel because I know when I beat Cadel in this race, I'll be somewhere in the top three. He'll be good. So it's not necessarily the rematch with him. I really like Cadel as a person, and he's been a great rider. I follow him since I was a kid. He was I didn't beat him this year in the Tour, but my rematch with him will be next year in the Tour, and I hope to beat him there. And like I said, there's 137 riders on the start line here, and everybody wants to win the stage or make a good overall. And this race is not about Cadel and me.